Hello, 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 brothers. Peace be upon you all. I pray you guys are doing well. It's another day of No Porn November. We're on the 14th now, 2 weeks in. And yeah, people are feeling some strength and encouragement this month. But once again, yeah, of course, there are people that have relapsed, and they're feeling discouraged and disheartened. And, they've lost that motivation, the lies have started coming back in again, like, oh, I can't do this, I don't have what it takes, I'm always going to be an addict, I'll never break free of this. But there's still a little bit of hope left in them. I'm like, yeah, I'll get back on the streak at some point. Maybe I'll start tomorrow, or next week or something like that. Or maybe they start and then they feel some stress on that day, like, yeah, this is too stressful today, I'm going to start tomorrow. And then tomorrow, and then tomorrow. Let me tell you, tomorrow never comes. There's no such thing as starting tomorrow. All right? There's never going to be a day when you arrive there and you're like, yeah, there are zero urges, there are no triggers, I'm never going to experience stress again. We're human beings, Life isn't a flat line, right? We go through ups and downs, we go through periods. You're always going to have urges. You're going to have urges into well into your old age, That's your sexual desire. That's not going away. I mean, if it did, you'd really be worried. You'd really be like, whoa, what's going on? I have zero libido. Then you'd really have something to worry about. Stress? Really? No one lives a stress-free life. No one. There is no amount of money on the planet that's going to take you out of stress. Billionaires get stressed too. All the millionaires, celebrities live very stressful lives. There's nothing. You're not going to escape stress. So we cannot keep restarting our streaks just, I was stressed out. Yeah, man. But, I'll get back on it. I'll start again. I'll learn from this. No. I've relapsed so many times due to stress. But at the end of the day, it was my responsibility. I'm the one that gave myself that permission to say, yeah, I'm stressed, so now I deserve to do this PMO thing. No, we can't keep doing this to ourselves. No. Triggers are unavoidable. We're always going to have them. They're always going to be around. I mean, the world is so highly sexualized. You turn on a television screen and even on the news it's triggering. What are you supposed to do? No, you're supposed to develop self-discipline. You're supposed to have the commitment to say, it doesn't matter what's affecting me. I'm not going to do it, because we cannot keep putting it off until tomorrow, right? We can't do it. I'm telling you from experience, okay? I did that for years, over 10 years, 14 years now, of me starting and stopping and putting things off and telling myself, I'm going to wait till the calendar date lines up nicely. I got to start my streak on the 1st. So yeah, I mean, if I get a few days before the 1st, that's great, but it's unlikely. So the 1st is really going to motivate me to change my life. Then the 1st comes and, I'm feeling I'm feeling excited. I'm feeling confident that I relapse on the 4th. I'm like, yeah, this month is kind of ruined now. And then there's all these weird mind games that we can play with ourselves. But do this, every time we relapse, we're postponing our recovery by months. This isn't a tiny thing. This isn't, it's just a day. Or I've only made it a few days. What does it even matter if I relapse now and start again? No. Every relapse puts back your recovery by months. And us humans, we don't live forever, man. We're all going to die at some point. But even before death, there's the fact that you've gone older and you're still here. I mean, with the right discipline and commitment. I could have been done at this 10 years ago. There's people that have been fighting this addiction for decades. Decades, man. We don't want to be here decades from now saying, oh yeah, well, I'm still fighting. I'm going to get there eventually. No one wants to do that. No one wants to be here 5 years from now, let alone 30. We don't want to do that, man. I think it's the technology. Technology always advances. It always improves. It always gets better. And that is just going to make us more and more hooked. If you haven't quit by the time they've got the holograms out there and the virtual reality technology and the sex robots, and that deflatable, you can no one would even know that you own one. Nah. It's over. You can be addicted for decades. And no one wants to be here decades from now, man. There's no putting your streak off until tomorrow, right? Because in the community, we talk so much about 90 days, bro. Yeah, I'm going to get to 90 days. 90 days is a minimum. That's the basic requirement. That's not like, once you get to 90 days, your brain isn't like, yep, pornography is completely deleted now. This is a new brain. No, that's the minimum requirement for your brain to get used to the fact that you're not doing this anymore. It takes months and months for the reboot to happen. Because I've been past 90 days before, and I'll tell you, look, I'm back here again. It's not 90 days that's sufficient. It's not just about 90 days. It's about having that discipline, having the commitment to keep going. And then you really experience the permanent benefits as they set in. But if we keep relapsing, we'll never achieve that. We'll never reach that point. Because we're not giving ourselves the opportunity to get there. It's instead of pushing things off, no, imagine where you're going to be 5 years from now. Because you don't want to be here as an addict. You don't want to be here doing PMO 5 years from now. No, you want to say, in 5 years, how have I transformed my life? What do my relationships look like? What is my finances, my career, my education, my spirituality? What hobbies have I had? What goals have I achieved in that time, Think of all the amazing things that you can do when we stop putting off our life until tomorrow. Because it's not just the streak that we put off. We put off everything. We put off the exercise. We put off the diet plan. We put off, I'll deal with this social anxiety thing when my streak gets better. Well, I'll study, right now there's too much brain fog. So I'm not going to, we're putting off our lives, brother. This is our life. We only have one. This one life, man. We can't keep putting it off. I mean, how many 90-day reboots are there in a life, that we can keep postponing it again and again and again and think that there are no consequences, right? Simply isn't true. I mean, if you imagine that, if you live till 90 days, got 90 days in mind. If you live 90 years, right? If you're gonna live 90 years of life, right? You know how many 90-day periods there are in 90 years? I mean, that's what, 360? How many of those are we going to keep throwing away until we finally say, yeah, no, I'm going to do it this time. No excuses. It doesn't matter what happens to me. I'm going to stick to it. I am starting today. I am closing the browser. I'm deleting every bookmark, everything that led me back there. All the videos are gone. All the images are gone. All the people I used to speak to for sex chats and this and that, deleted, blocked. I am serious. I am changing my life. We gotta do it now. Now is the only time. Now is the only day that matters. We can all do this, brothers. Peace.